Hey people, injured here, 2v2, Calderis Refinery, blue side. It's Freddy Clone, also known as Codex, plays a Force Commander, very good offense fights in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support with buffs. Some Blood Ravens on show alongside. Toilailee is a Lord General, fights range combat with a retinue to help him out, can add to these guys throughout the game, and some very good defense and support capabilities. On the red team, lots of filthy Xenos. It's Floid as a Hive Tyrant, very durable commander, will shoot objects and cannot be suppressed. Some good offense, disruption and support. And alongside is Odge, or OJJ, plays a Kommando Nob, infiltrating commander that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up. Orky style, begins range combat with a twin link shooter up against the Lord General on the east side. Might see some stick bombs and special shooter fun times over here, demolishing Guardsman and his Hive Tyrant versus Force Commander. Tricky, I think, for Tyranids. That Thunderhammer does so much work for you in tier 2, especially you have the teleporter as well. Single cap. Now there's the 1-to-1. Who's going to take mid though? Looks like it is Floyd. Floyd's coming over to double the east side. Slugger's taking shots from scouts in mid, but they will finish the cap, I think. Toilailee backing off, knowing he's against two players, spotting those termagants, getting behind the shot blocker. Where is Codex? He has found some sluggers, I think. Slugger's in trouble here. Force Commander's not moving. There he goes. They're stuck in an animation, I believe. These are dead sluggers, I think. Are they going to get away? Maybe they will. This guy seems to have a fair chunk of hit points. Tactical Marines can't really chase, but the scouts and the Force Commander will. And that guy will get off bolt pistol shots. I think it's dead sluggers. One. Yeah, down they go. That was really, really close though. Now Hormagaunt's fighting. For those of you that don't remember Codex, he was a very active player back in like prehistory. I haven't seen him play for like a year, I think. But I believe Toilailee and Codex are entering the next monthly Rumble tournament together, which is a 2v2 tournament. That's the MRT 15 taking place, I think, June 27, June 28, but you can check on the forums for all the details because I don't know. And so this is probably practice for their tournament run. Force Commander now trying to fight a Hive Tyrant with some help from Guardsman. Should be enough to force him off. There we go. Assault Marines on the way for Codex. Odd replacing the sluggers that he lost. Warrior Brood for Floyd. Now, is he going to get the Barb Strangle up before he sees those Assault Marines? Something I always do. And then facepalm. Does have the double termagants to crippling poison, but when you've also got to look after a Force Commander running around smacking you, double crippling poison isn't always enough. 495, 475, a triple cap early on from the blue team, and some power harassment from Toilailee with las guns and a las turret here. Stick bombs are up for the Commando, and he's getting in close to chuck him, I think. Nope, cancels it and eats a stomp from the Sentinel. The turret, I believe, there was salvaged, giving some resources back to Toilailee. Toilailee now has a heavy weapon squad. Doesn't have anything to spot that Commando trying to sneak in and throw bombs on that guy though. Sentinels, I believe they are a detector. They do have keen sight, but it's quite low radius. It's like radius 15 or something. There's a heavy weapon squad. Kommando Nob is getting close. Barb Strangler suppresses them, and there's the throw. It's a good one. That could wipe them out, and it does wipe them out. There's always a little bit of luck when you're throwing those stick bombs, because you don't know exactly where they're going to land, but it sure did the job there. And it's going to be double Assault Marines for Codex. Barb Strangler Warriors might be in some trouble here. Especially if he has the double termagants blobbed around him. That is disruption and all of that stuff. And if he times it where we can chain that disruption with the second jump from the second squad. 492, 396, 2-1 for red team. Does he have double crippling poison? Yes, toxin sacks are up. Look at that buff you get from it. 45% increased range damage. It's basically a no-brainer upgrade. Very, very rarely will you see a Tyranid player go tier 2 without getting toxin sacks up. Just a massive improvement to the squad. Looks like Floid is coming over to defend the generators. Bit odd on the 2v2 version of Calderis. You have one player looking after both the powers, kind of. A lot of pressure on them. Hive Tyrant is decapping under Assault Marine attack. These guys with chainsaws and bolt pistols. 400 hit points per model of heavy infantry armor, and now he has 2 of them to deal with. The other one tearing things up on the east side. Sluggers do get away just about. That was a very handy Barb Strangler shot there. Assault Marine jump a bit behind the Barb Strangler, but it still knocks them all down. Kommando Nob in a little bit of trouble here, forcing melee combat on the tactical marines, but he gets away just about. So does the Force Commander. Look at that shot from the Barb Stranglers, catching I think almost every model in that Guardsman squad, doing so much damage there. The Assault Marines smacking up some Termagants. We have, he's now attacking the generator. I think that was a mistake. Ravener Brood up for Floid. They have their Devourers. A Termagant Brood was taken out by Codex, I believe, so Floid is down a squad. Toilailee down the heavy weapons squad, and Odge also lost his sluggers, so Codex the only player so far who has preserved everything. The scouts fully upgraded now with shotguns and a sergeant, kind of patrolling this west side, keeping Hormagaunts at bay, harassing the Hive Tyrant whenever he comes over here, and keeping the decaps up. Look at that, that's very annoying. Floyd's done a decent job splitting though, trying to keep the pressure up on the west side with the Hive Tyrant. As soon as I say that, he turns mid. Oh, look at this, some Dakar on gens. Lord General has the Commissar retinue member queued up for tier 2, gives him the very handy refractor field. I believe it's 55% damage resistance, range damage resistance, that is. I think that's right. The Commissar also, I think, improves the damage of the other retinue members, though that could just be the Guardsman Commissar I'm thinking of. Either way, once you get all of the retinue members up on the Lord General, he turns you into a pretty decent little range combat unit with tons of abilities to use and not enough energy to use them, so you need to pick what you use carefully and when you use it, obviously. Floyd, I imagine when he sees the Chimera, he's going to get these Venom Cannon going, maybe with a Zone Throat to back it up, but that is risky with double Assault Marines. Going to need to be very careful and very diligent and disciplined with his Toxin Sacks, crippling poison usage. There is that refractor field. Ravener Brood burrow striking in, but they still cap, but not for long. There's a retreat. Lord General now only missing his Vox operator. Do we see sergeants up for Codex? No, we do not. Floyd with a solid backline, especially if he gets a Venom Cannon, so we might see teleporter Thunderhammer shenanigans, because I'm sure Floyd would love to get Gene Stealers up against the double Assault Marines just to rip them apart, but then you've got to contend with the obvious purchase of the Thunderhammer, which is just such bad news for the Gene Stealers. That tracking special is so powerful against them. Constantly keep them knocked down and damage pouring in. Assault Marines here with a sergeant. These guys do not have one. You see the power sword model on the left there, gives them merciless strike and stuff. 393, 392 is a single cap for the red team, but blue team are going to get the 2-1, I think. What's this? Kommando Nob being very sneaky, going to decap this fully matured wreck point. Looks like he already did it over here. Toilailee having to recap it. Brood nest is found and demolished. Chimera on the field. Tank busters already up for Odge. If they land a good barrage and then get a couple of volleys in, the Chimera will be done for. It's a big if though. There's the barrage. Going for it. And it actually hit it very, very well. Wow. Got some rear armor hits there, but they're not actually close or quick enough to get some volleys on afterwards. Flamer up for Codex, and it is a Zone Throat for Floyd. It's a brave choice. I would have gone Turret Guard first, I think. What has he got on his Hive Tyrant? Nothing, but here comes the Venom Cannon. Chimera's going to be in trouble. Manticore on the way though. Odge keeping the pressure up on the east side. It's important to keep some kind of presence here because it makes your opponent not want to go middle, much like on a 3v3 map, because if they go middle, you can flank in or even behind them. Dreadnought on the way for Codex. He might wait to see whether a Genestealers are coming out before he decides to upgrade with the assault cannon, but I believe we will see the assault cannon ultimately, assuming Floid doesn't get Genestealers, which I don't think he will against the Force Commander. It's just a bad idea in general, I think. Yeah, you can try and control him and keep him away from your Genestealers, but when you're also having to control double assault marines, it's not easy. Dreadnought is getting assault cannon immediately, in fact. Looks like he's confident there's not going to be any Genestealer shenanigans. Zone Throat getting shots. There's a jump, a very short range jump, going after the Barbed Strangler warriors, but misses them. And that Barbed Strangler shot missed as well. That's pretty unlucky. Does that one miss as well? Yes, it does. Wow. War Truck on the way for Odge. Zone Throat does have Focus Warp Blast. It does have that Venom Cannon, so that Dreadnought is not under huge amounts of pressure, but it also doesn't want to dawdle around and get isolated, because the Venom Cannon packs a real punch. 22 piercing, armor piercing DPS, I believe. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it's delivered in big bursts, and to put that into perspective, I believe the Tactical Marine Missile Launcher is like 16 DPS when you take into account its burst and all of that kind of stuff. Bursty anti-vehicle weapons have very poor DPS, but it's how much damage they deliver per shot or per volley that matters. 379, 310. Floyd now going for a Tyrant Guard. It's a good choice, I think, but now he's got the choice to make in engagements. Does he keep the Tyrant Guard back to... Oh, that's a Manticore Strike. Let's see this. Looks like he gets away unscathed, but it's now completely off the field. That's a lot of Daka. Down goes the Sentinel, I think. Yes. Levels those shooters. As I was saying, now that he has the Tyrant Guard, it's a very good tool to use to send in to attack the Dreadnought and stop it firing that assault cannon. I don't think you can stop the barrage by tying it up, but he will stop it firing those volleys. So does he do that, or does he keep the Tyrant Guard back to counter-initiate the assault marines? Because the Tyrant Guard's really good at that. Splash damage, heavy melee, and a decent special as well. We'll see. It's tough. It's a tough choice. I'm sure he'd love to have double Tyrant Guard right now. There's a Capillary Tower, a bit too far forward, I think, but Floyd tends to use his Capillary Towers quite aggressively, i.e. far up the field. Doesn't mind if they get taken out. Oh, we do see Thunderhammer and Teleporter now for the Force Commander, so those Tyranid backlines with the Warrior Brood and the Raveners and the Termagants and the Zone Throat going to be under pressure. Double Assault Marines jumping in, Force Commander teleporting in, and Codex has bled very, very little. I don't think I've seen him lose a Marine. He might have lost a Scout, but he hasn't lost a Marine. That's why he's able to amass such a good and strong and expensive tier 2 army here. Fully kitted out Force Commander, double Assault Marines and a Dreadnought with an upgrade. There's a Brood Nest. Could see a big engagement here. Where's the rest of Odge's stuff? It's moving up. He's got Looters with a Beamy maybe to make short work with his vehicles. Good. It's a good choice. Put something else out there to try and bait the jump of those Assault Marines. Melter Bomb on the way. Is that double Melter Bombs? Yes, it is. Thunder and Lightning is up. Also has some stun bombs he can use in open combat now, of course, not just on garrisons or turrets. 331, 305. Where's Codex going? Oh, he's trying to stop this power bash here. Sluggers tried to burn down some generators. The War Truck is done for. Double melters on rear armor. We'll see to that. But Codex diverted his entire army, and down goes the Chimera. A combination, I think, of the Zone Throat Snare, the Hive Tyrant, and the Tyrant Guard taking it down. Could he have stayed mid with something and stopped Floyd pushing against the Chimera? Maybe. 329, 305. Tyrant Guard is chasing down that Dreadnought right now. Tier 3 for Odge. Toilailee looking very thin. I believe he lost some guardsmen to a stick bomb throw from the Commando, who now has special shooter. So he is down to just 2 units, but Leman Russ is on the way. And he's a Lord General, so he can drop one as well if he gets to red. Oh, look at this. Marines now starting to die. Tactical Marines have their sergeant. Tyrant Guard doing a really good job for Floyd. It was a fantastic choice to get one and not try and go tier 3. Look at the difference this guy's making. There's that explosive shot. What's it called? High explosive shells. 304, 305. A 2-to-1 cap for the red team. Manticore helps take out the Commando. Wonder if he'll get rocket launcher tier 3 and try and hunt that thing down. Got lots of red. In fact, you can drop a nuke here. Odge. Here's that Leman Russ though. What do they do about this guy? Has a passive damage resistance. I believe it's 35%, just to reflect the fact that Imperial Guard have awesome tanks, I guess. Elite tank crew is up. Can make it very difficult to take down. 384, 305, especially for something like Grey Knights when they're trying to use side cannons to take it down. If you don't have big chunks of bursty damage, Leman Russes are tough. But look at this, they have beamy looters and that venom cannon. They have bursty anti-vehicle damage here, the red team. Tier 3 now for Floyd. Codex still in tier 2 after purchasing a bunch of upgrades and a dreadnought and stuff. 2-to-1 for red. Toilailee now taking shots, trying to decap the mid. Leman Russ sticking with his default gun so far. Wow, Manticore just evaporating the shield of the Hive Tyrant there. He's level 2 though. A great help, of course, when you have an energy shield and you start leveling up, you get more energy to power the energy shield. So it's a piece of war gear that gets way more powerful as you level, especially if you hit level 10 and you have 200 energy or whatever it is. Depending on the other war gear and stuff, your shield becomes awesome. Manticore survives the tank buster barrage and scouts repair. Capillary tower going up. Bits of Orks flying around. There's a jump from Codex. Might see a big engagement here. Tyrant Guard is chasing the Force Commander. That's interesting. Wants to get rid of this Thunderhammer as quickly as possible. It's working out well. Might even be able to take him down. One more hit would have done it. Tyrant Guard putting so much damage on that guy. He does get away though. Assault Marine is now leading the line. Tyrant Guard has been awesome. Used well by Floyd also. There's a Manticore which will force everything off. Oh, he tried to take out the Brood Nest. Didn't even do so. 230, 305. Looted tank on the way for Odge. The Kommando Nob is down. Does he have? No. Doesn't have the rocket launcher. Tyrant Guard now in shield wall mode, taking shots from the Leman Russ, but nothing else here really can damage it. Unless that Manticore gets some shots in or this Dreadnought forces melee combat while it's in shield wall. It has vehicle armor and regenerates health. As you can see, its health flying up there in the unit card. It will be whittled down by the Leman Russ if it's given enough time though. Here comes Floyd to try and help out that Tyrant Guard, who is criminally not even leveled yet. It's done so much work for Floyd. Looted tank moving in. A pretty decent tank. Can get a fair chunk of hit points when it has the reinforced armor plating upgrade and has a disruptive big boomy type shot. Manticore Strike almost helps take out the Tyrant Guard. Floyd not rushing to its aid, it has to be said. Trying to go wide on the west side. Scouts getting kind of low, but they are now infiltrated, spotted by the warriors. But there's the double jump, and now the teleport with the Thunderhammer. What can you do about that? Unless you have your forces really split up. Missile shot might be enough. Almost 94 hit points. Tyrant Guard gets away. As I was saying, very difficult to deal with a double Assault Marine jump and Thunderhammer coming in there. That is so difficult. 225, 274, especially when he only has one crippling poison. Carnifex on the way. Baneblade hits the field though from Floyd. Wow, Leman Russ almost went down, and in fact does go down. Sneaky tank buster play from Odge. Nicely done. That was a big win. I thought they'd really struggle to take that thing down. Melter bomb on rear armor of the looted tank, and that's another one. That's a dead looted tank, I believe. Yep, 198, 274 tanks dropping. Carnifex of Floid. Thorn back, I would think, to just run riot amongst those assault marines. Maybe he'll change his mind once he sees the Baneblade and gets a Venom Cannon. That would be a mistake, I think, since the assault marines could still tie up the Venom Cannon Carnifex. He should go for the Thornback, in my opinion. Ogren's on the way for Toilailee. Baneblade now sitting mid. Might see a bunker to support this thing. And enough for a nuke, yes. 3 players have enough for a nuke. Floyd, using a lot of brood nests and capillary towers and stuff, doesn't have enough. Oh, look at this, he's capping the west side though. Termagant's doing so with Endless Swarm. An upgrade I tend not to get very often when I play Tyranids. I'm usually more concerned with getting my heavy hitting tier 2 units up quickly and then going tier 3. Gives a nice option though. It's a Thornback Carnifex. You can tell because he just birthed out some Rippers who are mangled. Not sure why he did that. Maybe just to see what was there. Just give some free red to his enemy. And some XP, I guess. I think they give XP. Not a whole lot. Kommando Nob level 3 has the Sneaky Infiltration Kit. Vanguard veterans on the field for Codex now that he's in tier 3. Floating lots of resources. Could see a Land Raider Redeemer here, which would be bad news. It's always bad news, and that's a rocket run. Didn't hit the second run very well, but the first one was pretty good. I don't think he actually got a model there, did he? No. So that's got to be classed as a wasted nuke, surely. Look at all of this stuff. Vanguard veterans, Assault Marines, and Thunderhammer Force Commander. That is just impossible to deal with for your back line. Now he's got a Carnifex and a Tyrant Guard in there. I'm sure he wishes he didn't have this Venom Cannon right now and had Crushing Claws up or something. He could just buy it. Crushing Claw, counter-initiate those Assault Marines really well. Or just get Rending Talons and use the Seismic Roar. Maybe once he takes down, or if he takes down this Dreadnought, he'll switch. 136, 274. Power now getting bashed, and he's still holding that west side. There's a Rocks on the Baneblade. Dodges it, but that sends it into other anti-vehicle stuff. Tank Buster's getting shot to pieces. There's a little barrage. Looter's getting shots. Can he finish off this Baneblade here? 134, 274. Guardsmen there to repair, I should say, not reinforce it. Well, here comes the scary sight of a Thornback Carnifex and a Tyrant Guard. Has this guy leveled up? He still hasn't leveled. Going straight after the Baneblade, trying to finish off. He should turn, I think, and engage those Ogres. But he's really, really determined to take this Baneblade out. Triple cap, now a double cap for red team. Capillary Tower trying to block its path. Capillary Towers can't be run over, but he does get around. Carnifex is getting hits in, but is this worth it? Is he going to take it out? And if he does, can the Carnifex then get away? 100 hit points left. In theory, 2 more hits should do it. Yes, 1 more. Didn't take it out in 1 because heavy melee does half damage to vehicles. But down goes the Baneblade. Now tries to charge away, but kind of gets stuck on stuff. And this is going to be a dead Carnifex. But he's holding up the blue team here. And might even kill an Ogre. Wow, special attack did tons of damage. Lucky that they took him out when they did. That special attack was epic. Down goes a Brood Nest. 76, 265. Another Carnifex of Floyd. Commandos for Oj. And I think Toilailee just purchased another Lehman Russ. Yeah, we saw it come out the base. It wasn't dropped. Codex is floating resources like crazy. Doesn't have the population to get a Land Raider up or to get Terminators. I think Predator tanks are 18 pop, so he can't get a Predator tank either. I think it'll be worth it to get a Plasma Cannon Devastator up and sit it mid with the population he does have. Maybe just waiting for him to lose that Dreadnought so he can easily replace it with something scary, like Assault Terminators or something. That is what might happen here. He is repairing that Dreadnought though. Tyrant Guard with shield all up, taking Melter Bombs. and missile hits and Lehman rush shots. Beaming Looter now, getting shots though. Look at the damage per shot on that Lehman rush. That is awesome. Tank busters. Have those guys leveled? They seem to have done a lot. Oh, it's not tank busters, sorry. It's the rocket launcher Kommando Nob, who in fact goes down trying to fire on that Lehman Russ. Ogren's doing a good job soaking up damage, I guess. And ripped up some sluggers. Oh no, looters are taken out. Bad engagement all around for Odge. Venom Cannon, Hive Tyrant trying to take out that heavy turret. This guy's still level 2. He's going to hit level 3 soon-ish. Uh-oh. Assault Terminators hitting the field. The Dreadnought was taken down. He does go straight for those Assault Terminators. Eating an allied grenade there. And now chasing down Tyranids. I don't think... I mean, Toilailee is a little bit thin, but those Assault Terminators hitting the field is really bad news for the red team. Flash kits maybe, but Odge and Floid are hurting for resources here. Falling back Conifex, charging through the Vanguard veterans and the Assault Marines. Doesn't want to get a Nob squad because then he just gets Lightning Claws here and shreds them. Doesn't want to get G-Sealers for the same reason. Doom of Malachite and Flash kits, I guess, but he's going for a Lictor here. 276, I should say, 166. Double cap for blue team. And I get the feeling that the momentum is with them here. Vanguard veterans chopping up some Termagants. That's a drop pod to reinforce, I believe. Yes. Nicely done. Get some more tactical marines also to fill out his pop. And some more scouts are up. 76-141. Floyd's gone for that tier 3 Lictor. Heavy melee damage, flesh hooks, leap and infiltration, but is it going to help him here? Maybe he just wants it to sneak up that west side. I would have gone for the Doom. He does have 2 jump troops, but I still would have gone for the Doom. Here comes that Lictor. Getting the damage on those Assault Terminators. Uh-oh, Force Commander goes after the Zone Thrower, but gets suppressed, and the Zone Thrower gets away. Vanguard veterans jumping in. They have their Power Fist upgrade here. 50 DPS heavy melee. Not bad. Ouch. Takes out the Warrior Brood. Triple cap now for blue team. They really do have the momentum. I think that Carnifex chase, well, I mean, he took down the Baneblade, but losing the Carnifex like that is always painful. He instantly replaced it, sure. I think Odge had a really bad engagement over here when he lost those looters, lost his Kommando Nob. And that really kind of took the wind out of him. Didn't have the requisition to buy anything else. Triple cap now, 76-56. Looks like this is the game for the blue team. It was close though, under 100 VPs. But they've just run out of requisition to buy scary stuff. Codex doing a fantastic job preserving his stuff up until late game. Lost his Dreadnought and Scouts. I think that's all he's lost. GG, there it is. Double cap to see it out. Commandos have another idea maybe? Are they coming up here to try and decap? They do have that fast decap. Looted tank on the way now for Odge. Lictor jumping in, trying to decap under infiltration. We'll see if he can. And Commandos are decapping, but they're going to be torn apart by these Assault Marines, which must be level 4. Yes, they are. 21, 29 hit points. There's a decap. Now there's a single for red. They got the double decaps, but it's not going to last long. Plasma guns up for the Guardsman level 4. Tactical Marines level 4. Force Commander level 7. That's the difference. I don't think, to be honest, that the Venom Cannon paid off in the end. Well, it's so hard to say. I mean, he took down the Chimera with it, I'm pretty sure. And I'm sure it helped take down the Dreadnought also, but maybe he would have been better off getting something to specifically try and deal with the double Assault Marines he was facing in Tier 2. Something on his Hive Tyrant. I mean, he had the Tyrant Guard, which did well, but if he had Crushing Claw, or even just Rending Talons, that's still 75 DPS melee with Seismic Roar as well. Would have been good. But hey, here it is. 2-1 cap at the end. Blue team taking it. More Lehman Russes on the way for Toilailee. Already had 2 on the field. It was close though. Maybe if they had another good rocks. I know he used the rocks on the Baneblade and forced it forward. But if you had one more good rocks at the end, maybe the drop on the Space Marine stuff or this blob of tanks, it would have been good. But there you have it. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.